Hello guys, this is Doran's Movies, and today I'll be giving you the lore of Darnassus, covering the creation of Teldrassil and the city itself, the current state, and everything that happened in between. So without further ado, let's get into the lore. During the Second Burning Legion invasion, the Night Elves sacrificed a lot. The World Tree Teldrassil exploded in order to save Azeroth, and subsequently the Night Elves lost all of the benefits they had from it, such as immunity to disease, immunity to aging, and immortality. Malfurion, as he lived long enough, was content with this, but many of the Night Elves weren't, and it was very hard for them to adjust to this new mortal life. So, seeking to go back, a number of druids conspired to plant a new world tree in order to re-establish a link between their spirits and the eternal world. As Malfurion, who was the leader at the time, was in a coma, Fandral Staghelm took it upon himself to start this endeavor, even though it was very controversial and Malfurion was against it. Together with his fellow druids, Fandral traveled west, away from the shores of Kalimdor, and there they planted a new great tree. Under the guidance and the expertise of the druids, the tree they would call Teldrassil was immensely successful, and not long after it sprouted up above the clouds. On top of Teldrassil, on the main branch, there was an island-like formation, and in the western part of it, Darnassus, the current capital of the Night Elves, was built. Even though a new home was created, the project itself was a complete failure, as Nozdormu, the dragon aspect, who was responsible for their immortality in the past, straight out refused to bless the tree due to the selfishness of the Night Elven wish. On top of just that, the enchanted forest started to fall into shadow and corruption, and the reason for this was because Fandral secretly planted a branch of the Tree of Xavius, as he himself was falling into madness. This would later be fixed when Malfurion returned and Alexstrasza and Ysera would bless Teldrassil, but the recovery was not so easy and it took quite some time. Nevertheless, as soon as the tree had grown, the city of Darnassus was built, and it was constantly expanded, eventually becoming the capital of all of the Night Elves. Darnassus, unlike other cities that are usually grouped up close together, is very tranquil and has a sense of freedom, as the entire city is literally standing on a tree. It has an open sky, and the formation of the houses and the materials used and the bridges show the respect the Night Elves have for nature. All around Darnassus you will see trees and various dwellers of nature, while the centerpiece of the city is the Temple of the Moon, dedicated to the moon goddess Elune. Within the temple, both Tyrande and Malfurion reside, and it is the main place of worship used by the Sisters of Elune. An interesting fact is that the city itself is on an island in the middle of the sea in the middle of nowhere, and the only way to access it is to either sail to it or fly to it. And this is ideal for defense, as even though it does limit trade and travel to other places, it can easily be defended from any incoming attacks. For this exact reason, the population of the city is very small, but around the time of Cataclysm, many Vorgen have found refuge inside Darnassus, and they still live there and even have a small place to call their own, known as the Howling Oak. Currently, almost all of the population is Elven, with the addition of the newly arrived humans. So far in history, Darnassus was never under any serious attack. It did have some smaller insurgencies here and there with the corruption, but no serious attack ever happened. Although an infiltration did happen around the time of Mists of Pandaria when the Divine Bell was stolen, Previously, the Alliance had secured the bell and stored it in Darnassus, but a Blood Elf used the neutrality of Kirin Tor, and as he managed to get into the city, he teleported the artifact to Silvermoon. Now, this didn't mean much for Darnassus itself, apart from fooling its defenses, but it did cause a huge problem for Dalaran and the Kirin Tor. Currently, Darnassus, apart from being the seat of the Night Elves, is not a place of much interest, but with the Burning Legion invasion, for this exact reason, it will be of great importance. Alright, and that is all I have for this video. Do leave your thoughts and suggestions, and do subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and also like the video as it really helps out and keeps all the content going. Thanks a lot for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and see you next time.